Happy morning to everyone. Please accept our gratitude for returning to Wealthy Coin. If you, the CEO of Google, are willing to acknowledge that Shiba Inu burns are occurring, you can now say goodbye to your job. On Monday, during the SexTW conference, Shiba was featured in the headlines just a few hours after the failure of Silicon Valley Bank threatened the viability of the majority of technology companies. Around the same time that hundreds of festival goers were crowded into the Zen Escape, a well-known tribute to the Shiba Inu, a kind of Japanese hunting dog, was being constructed. The digital environment is characterized by a mystical aura that is created by wind-blown bamboo and cherry trees. In addition to providing an introduction to the metaverse that the pioneers of the Shu cryptocurrency were constructing, it was a nice respite from the crumbling financial institutions. This video will discuss the statement made by the CEO of Google regarding the burning of Shiba Inu. Prepare yourself to never again find employment. According to Shiba, this is the case. When you subscribe to the channel, you will be able to read our most recent articles on expert analysis and Shiba Inu pricing predictions. Additionally, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. You also have the option of sharing it with other people. Presently, the time has come to start the video. As was the case with the bank run that occurred last Friday, the decentralization of cryptocurrencies is unavoidable. Shoshiro Kasuma, the enigmatic chief creator of Shiba Inu, is only known by his alias and his avatar, which is a picture of a figure wearing a long cloak and a hood, when he is having a conversation with business associates who are quick on their feet. He turns off his webcam and utilizes Google Meet instead, and asserts that he employs a chatbot rather than speaking out loud in order to communicate. According to his assertions, the global adoption rate of 5 will increase as more people diversify their holdings and become aware of this fact. This will pose a threat to the fractional reserves that banks use. As a consequence, people question about this Shiba product and discover how wonderful it is. Some people are aware of the fact that Web3 advocates do, in fact, comprise a subgroup of Twitter users that is considered to be a niche. There is a possibility that Shiba has the most committed fans among crypto deans. Approximately 2.5 years ago, the founders of the token came up with the idea as a joke in the hopes of developing a main-based token that would compete with Dogecoin. Its devoted followers, who are collectively referred to as the Shiba Army, are quite serious about it. Due to the joint efforts of these individuals, Shiba Inu was able to climb into the top 10 cryptocurrencies for a period of time, and its market value surpassed $44 billion. With little more than a grassroots social media campaign, its globe has grown to include 10,000 Shoshine NFTs. That is a significant accomplishment. In pixelated form, there are a multitude of accessories that can be used to adorn Shiba figurines. Some examples of these props include a pizza slice hanging from the dog's jaws or a pirate cap. Switch is a marketplace that operates independently. Following the comments that were received from Elon Musk, the co-founder of Ethereum and a pioneer in the cryptocurrency industry, Shib formed a partnership with Bugatti, a Canadian luggage maker. Over the course of time, what started out as humorous trolling among the general public has developed into a robust crypto Twitter, following that now 3.6 million strong. The folks in question are among the most vociferous on the network and are prepared to spout their opinions on various news pieces. Some of the hashtags that they use are Shiba Army Strong and Ash Hail Ship, the latter of which made a commitment to send Shibas to the moon in the year 2022. The cryptocurrency was the third most sought cryptocurrency in the world. As of the previous week, its Sharam Layer 2 blockchain and a multitude of new coins were pushed into beta in preparation for a flagship metaverse. As a result, it is making its most significant leap to date. Shiba, the metaverse, will serve as the venue for the launch of the virtual storefront that rock and roll clothing designer John Richmond has created. It is more than simply a coin to Shiba. She intends to make use of it in order to make modifications to her life. A big selling factor for Shibas is the unusual folklore that surrounds them. Reishi, the person who founded the company, was similarly shrouded in mystery up until this summer when he disappeared from the internet. His feline Discord avatar vanished without a trace, but he did leave behind a trail of evidence that could lead to his whereabouts. Before Musk's remarks caused the price of the coin to skyrocket. On the other hand, once it had amassed 6,000 wallets, Shosher was included in Russia's roadmap. Since that time, she has continued to make the same effort. Additionally, nobody is aware of Shiba's current financial situation. It has been stated by Shosher that the funds obtained from the sale of Shoshin NFTs are allocated to other projects, whilst the funds obtained from the sale of metaverse land plots are allocated to the funding of the development of the metaverse. There is still significant dispute regarding the tokenomics of Leash and Bones, as well as whether or not any of the tokens should be retained. The company has not provided any information regarding whether or if they receive a portion of the transaction fees that ShibaSwap charges from its users. Shiba is most proud of its community, a word that appears in interviews, blog posts, and tweets. This is despite the fact that the company has not been successful in securing venture capital funding. In an interview with Fast Company, the principal advisor for the Shiba Metaverse, Marcy Gastro, said that the feedback of the Shiba Army is being taken into consideration throughout the design process of the metaverse. Even though the team has contracted out their development to a company that uses the Unreal Engine, they are still lacking a creative director within their ranks. They begin by creating concept art in black and white sketches, then post the drafts on a blog and watch social media for feedback. After that, they proceed to do multiple color tweaks and 3D renderings. The Waimi Temple, which is the first of 11 forthcoming zones, will provide you with a lovely dream realm that includes outdoor yoga and deer that are grazing before your very eyes. It makes no difference whether you are immersed in Decentraland, the sandbox, or the alternative world that Yuga Lab has created. A community can be found. In order to construct the metaverse, which is a revolutionary new universe, the pioneers, according to Gastro, need to put their disagreements aside and collaborate with one another. She makes a comparison to the beginning stages of virtual reality. The only thing that we were concerned with was making sure that the headset worked properly so that everyone could. It may appear to be overly welcoming during the Bitcoin winter, which is a period in which venture capital investment is scarce and competition is severe. Gastro is absolutely correct. To put it another way, as a result of the fact that convincing people to live in a Web3 or even a 3D Web2 is a struggle for every metaverse, techniques that are successful for one metaverse might also be successful for another. In spite of the fact that Mark Zuckerberg placed his company's reputation on the metaverse in 2022, when the metaverse division suffered a loss of $13.03 billion, Meta is now more concerned with artificial intelligence than the metaverse. On the other hand, the fervent support that Zuckerberg has demonstrated for Horizon World stands in stark contrast to this. Despite the fact that there are just 8,000 individuals that log in on a daily basis, it is impossible to argue against the fact that Decentraland is currently in the lead. The Decentraland Exchange Traded Fund offered by Grayscale was trading at a discount of 60 cents to the dollar at the end of the previous year. The total number of tokens in circulation is 589 trillion, and their worth is 0.1. Certain metaverse coins have experienced a loss of up to 80% of their value. There is a close proximity between the present market worth of Shibu and $6 billion. To reiterate what was stated earlier, increasing the price of tokens to $1 per token would result in a startling implied valuation of $589 trillion, which would be greater than the gross domestic product of the entire world when taken into consideration. A great number of people are enthusiastically discussing the most recent advancements in Shiba Inu as a result of the great return potential that Shiba Inus offer. Quite a few investors